All right, welcome in to Vision Pros Live with Jackson Callum. I'm your show host. We will be doing interviews for visionary entrepreneurs and guest leaders who are building fantastic visions out there. What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Vision Pros Live. As you know, I'm not in my main studio. I am in Ecuador right now, Tulcan, Ecuador, helping out here in South America and getting to know some of my team members better and loved ones. And so, if you get the chance to travel to Central South America, elsewhere, and do some good, my request: bring a few pair of reading glasses for the elderly. Bring some candy to hand out to kiddos. Go buy a big old stack of water bottles at the local Walmart or wherever they call it locally there, and take them out to soccer field and hand them out to people. There's so many ways you can bless people's lives and do great things in ways that we may see as insignificant, but that are essential and important to others. So I've got Dr. Lance Knob on the show today, and his introduction says a lot about who he is and what he does. And now that I've heard him, and you've heard him speak as well, some of the things I caught about his tone is one, his humility. I'm super grateful for that strength, especially when great leaders who have the prestige of being a doctor, for instance, yet still maintain that aspect of life, humility. And I also heard so much authenticity in how he introduced his vision. He didn't feel like he had to create the right answer. He didn't laser in on one tiny thing and just focus on that, which you can do. Vision is literally like, what are you looking at? That can also have to do with your vision if you're in the present. So I hope that you go back and listen to that, thinking through those of you who are new to visions. Man, I feel awkward. I don't know what to say. I don't know. That's okay. That's part of the process of exploring what all exists. So I thought that was one of my favorite, one of my favorite introductions I've ever heard, just because of how authentic it was. So, in terms of submission for being on our show application, Dr. Naub said he has a focus on helping entrepreneurs scale their businesses. Lance specializes in building self-managing companies that allow business owners to avoid burnout while creating a life that they truly love. His approach empowers leaders to develop strong leadership teams and transform their businesses into valuable, sought-after assets. You've got all the accolades online that you can look his name up and find that as well. We're going to dive into one more question with him directly before we make the cut for today, because we've both got things that are coming up and important. But I'd love for you to leave in the comments any questions that you might have for either one of us about how you can scale your visions and dive deeper into this our rabbit holes if you'd like to, and learn how to expand your vision. So, Dr. Knob, thank you so much for being on Vision Pros Live, man.
Oh man, thank you so much for having me. And for everyone listening, please, like, follow, share. I mean, Jackson, what he's done and doing is pretty remarkable, and especially paying it all forward, being down, in Ecuador right now and just being so generous with his time and expertise.
Wow, man. Well, I appreciate that. And Lance, I'll call you Lance. I'm pretty sure you want the audience as well
Yes.
to know you by your first name, and that's fantastic. So, Lance, if we were to focus in today on the entrepreneurial side, the business side, you mentioned team and you mentioned scaling. You also didn't mention things like hustle and grind, or fake it till you make it, or just ride the AI wave until whatever, happens. Who knows what? You talked about the importance of balance, and you talked about the importance of family earlier. If you only could give one piece of advice, and it was the last piece of general advice you could give to the audience for their businesses, what would it be?
Jackson, this is a great question. And the one message that I usually boil things down to is pretty consistent. And it's not to take action, which you may hear, and to take massive action, which is good advice from a lot of thought leaders, a lot of experts, a lot of successful entrepreneurs. But what I would add to that is to take strategic action.
Mm.
And that ties right into everything we're talking about here today with vision. Breaking away for 10% of your year, a month, a week, and a day to do some higher level work. And some of that's probably like self-care, but also just really making sure you're in alignment then with your grand vision. Because if you're on the top of a mountain and you just run down to fight you're probably going to lose. You might even be running the wrong direction. You might run into the heart of the enemy. But if you take 5 minutes and just create a plan and have some strategy, you're running the right direction, and you're going to, escape or, recruit help, whatever it is. It doesn't take much. I really think it's only like 10% time. So that would be the advice that I would give. So many entrepreneurs do the opposite, and they just sort of rush to action. And unfortunately, it usually doesn't go well.
I love that advice. It's not the advice I would have given. In visionaries, that's the importance of these open-ended questions. There's not one answer that is right. And the color commenting process, that's the easier part. He gave the great stuff. I get to color commentate a little bit, but I will double down. You talked about running the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I imagined that movie Rat Race, old movie, with oh, what's his bucket with Mr. Bean in it, and
Okay.
they get told run this race and you win the millions of dollars. With the pressures of AI in the world right now, and just the pressures of the world in general, fear of missing out, right? Being the one who doesn't make it,
Right.
only a few people get the offer type thing. We have such adrenaline, cortisone, and addictions piled into this process of grind, hustle, make it happen that we tend to just run.
Right.
And I imagine, two people were told, the first one to get to next city, right, is going to win $5 million. And can you imagine somebody just trying to run to the next city, and the other person takes 5 minutes to find a friend who will drive them, right? And that 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 10%, whatever that is,
Right.
entrepreneurship, it's not as simple as getting to the next city. Yet, I hope all of you as visionaries realize too that you don't have to worry about missing out in most cases. There is an abundance. There is not like a limited time offer that restricts you from being able to take your time and do things the right way. Yet, the rest of your life, I find, suffers when we have that mentality of scarcity that says like I have to run, I just have to get it, I have to go, I have to make it happen, I have to make my hair perfect at the same time, and I have to make sure my background's perfect, and everything has to be perfect while I run full speed. And so thank you for saying that, because it is something that no matter how dedicated we are to balance, it's easy to lose sight of being strategic about the actions we take. And the only thing I would add to that from my answer, so you guys get a double dose today, is remember to love.
Yeah.
Love,
I love
love
that.
is and so if I'm strategic and action oriented, but I lead with powers of manipulation, coercion, frustration, fear, etc., I'm leading with the powers of hate. I'm not leading with the powers of love, and that will also have a negative effect. So if we combine all those things, the action oriented path, the strategy, and being loving, that's just the type of life that I would want to have. So thank you for what you gave there, Dr. Lance. Audience, those of you listening in, again, you can find Dr. Lance Knob by googling him. We'll add some links as well so you can catch up. And if you're okay with it, Lance, would you want to come back to Vision Pros?
I would love to.
Dude, I gotta dive in deep. We've got so many things that we can talk about, and
Yeah.
visionaries again. If you are scaling, it is so important to get advice regarding business and ChatGPT, Grok, etc. Use those tools to help you get yourself get a base as well. Yet, I hope that you also have great mentors that you trust by your side to help decipher what's right for you on your path with where you at. And Lance, I'll be bothering you in the future for my own business ventures as well.
And vice versa, my friend Jackson. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We will see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I'm really happy that you tuned in to Vision Pros Live. I'm looking forward to seeing your reactions as these episodes continue to move forward. This is going to get more and more fun. We'll have more and more engagement as well. We'll invite people to participate in the show. And thank you for giving us your time and attention. Have an excellent time building out your vision and becoming a Vision Pro yourself.